Dawn, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay, it's taking a second. Okay, here we go. I don't know if do you want to get started to talk about the stair risers?
Yep.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to mute that so there was no feedback. Okay, I'm so sorry about that. All right, we're good. All right, Dawn. Are you there? Oh gosh,
Okay,
now I hear
well,
myself. Okay, it's taking.
Yeah, you have to mute it on YouTube.
I did it. Unmuted itself. Nobody needs to hear that. Okay. All right. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, thanks everybody for coming. So we've been a little bit busy doing some stuff. We're spending money, and it's a good thing. One of the requests that came in recently was for a Gaga pit, which is like an octagon shaped ring for kids to play ball. It's like a whole organized game. The phys ed teachers thought they could make use of it. Of course, it'll be used eventually at recess, but it is something that's growing in popularity. A lot of schools around us are getting them. They're kind of popping up everywhere. And actually, Port Monmouth put one in, like a year ago, like a year before they closed, right, Ms. McCormack? And it was such a huge hit. So I'm so glad that we were able to bring that to Village. And that was actually delivered. So we're just going to work on getting the flooring for it. And hopefully that's going to come together in the next couple of weeks for us. Lori, can you share a picture of what that's going to look like? We did get a door for ours, so people of all abilities can get in and out. We upgraded the composite, like for durability. So it's really nice. I think it's going to be great. Is that coming up? You're muted.
Sorry. Can you guys see the picture now?
We can see you.
Okay, hold on. Oh, you mean because I have to share my screen? Holy cow, what a day. All right, hang on. I'm sorry. I thought I did that. Okay, now you can see it?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Sorry about that.
So we got like a gray deck composite. That looks a little black, but I think that might be the gray. And the blue, just like that one shown. If you look to the right side, that is what one of the doors will look like. So we opted for the larger size. We kind of went all out. So I'm really excited to see how this all comes together. And I just had one question for Mrs. McCormack. You said that you guys had determined a location. So I was just curious where it's going.
So I put the location determination in the hands of our PE teachers, primarily because that's their classroom out there. But it was decided that right past, so when you go walk onto the field and you walk straight and the basketball court is on your right past that, there's another climb on area, but right next to that. So you'll be able to see it from the parking lot walking on. It's not tucked too far back, but it keeps the whole field wide open, and it's a nice central location. I think it'll be really good.
That's awesome. That's perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that we stole from Port Monmouth because they had all the good ideas. When I was subbing there last year, I talked to Mrs. McCormack like the day that these things were going in, and I said, we have to do this at Village. I need all your information. So we finally got the ball rolling on it, and the order was placed and they're in shipping right now. But what we did was order decals that cover the risers of the stairs. We don't have very many stairs in Village, and we opted to start with one set of stairs, which is a total of 10 risers, basically, because they're divided down the middle. And we had all of the grade levels vote for their like a popular book for their age group. It didn't necessarily have to be required reading, but the teachers thanked so much because they helped us out with giving them choices, and the kids all voted, so they all got to play a part. And so we have our final choices, and this is just a proof. So I can't promise they're going to look this good because I don't know who's putting them in. It's probably not going to be me. I have no skills there. So, but we're so excited. So Lori, if you could show everybody what that's going to look like, it's so cool. So we have some winners here for third grade. It was Winn-Dixie because of Winn-Dixie. Two grade levels chose the Peep Cat book, but they were different. Wonder was something that Lori and I chose because we had an extra riser. Number of the Stars is fourth grade. Charlotte's Web was from the Office pick for Mrs. McCormack and the Office crew. I can't see what that other one is. What's at the top of, oh, the Sisters Grimm, that was 5th grade's choice. Those darn squirrels. Why am I forgetting what those, is that 1st grade? Ish was 2nd grade. And then the other PFA Cat, that was like pre-K and kindergarten chose those books. And I Will Surprise My Friend was for Mrs. McCarthy's class. So we're so excited to see how those go on. They should be here next week. And then are we allowed out, like, can somebody get in the school over spring break, or are they completely closed? Like, is Vinny?
They're closed.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
closed.
so maybe after spring break, we can recruit anybody who's good at putting on decals. You just slide them right over. I'm going to make it sound easy because I don't know what I'm doing. So if you're a decal expert, please reach out to us. I'll gladly supervise.
This looks amazing. When you sent the picture, I was like, I just left school and they weren't there. They look so good. It's going to be nice.
They do look good. We're excited about that. We're very excited. So thanks to the teachers for organizing the vote for that and getting back to us quickly so we could place that order. That's it, Lori. Thank you.
Thank you, Dawn. Okay, a couple of housekeeping items. The PFA purchased books for a whole school read aloud. Mrs. McCormack, not to put you on the spot, do you want to just no pressure. Do you want to talk about that a little bit now, or?
Yeah, absolutely. No pressure whatsoever.
Okay.
And Christine and Nicole, I haven't even shared this with the teachers yet. This is hot off the press. No, it's nothing to be sorry about. It's just something, our PFA is so wonderful. They just are so willing to help out. So I was trying to come up with some ideas, some whole school ideas that we could all do together, because we are kind of separated in school this year in our classrooms. So I thought it would be nice to do a whole school read aloud, one school, one book sort of thing. So I have a couple of books that I got on my own that I'm going to do some video recordings for to share out with the school. But there was one book in particular, which following spring break, I'll share with the teachers, but I thought it would be a nice start to have a whole school incentive. But PFA was kind enough to purchase one copy for each teacher. It's called Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deed, and it's about paying it forward. So it's a really nice idea. So stay tuned. You'll be hearing about it once we come back after break. It was too much before break, but thank you for that. I think it'll be really nice.
Thank you. Okay, does anybody have any questions so far? Oh, okay. Next. Oh, okay. So do you guys remember, anybody who was at Village last year, remember at the end of the year, we did 5th grade spotlights where we spotlighted 2 students each day. So we know, I wasn't on the board last year. I personally enjoyed it. And I know it got a lot of really positive feedback. And so Dawn and I would like to bring that back this year. So we just kind of wanted to let you guys know we'll be doing that. And we'll be sending emails out sometime in April after spring break, just to collect some information to give us some time to get those together. The next thing is, okay, so there's no gift basket auction this year, as everyone probably knows already. So for those of you who don't know, if you donate to your child's classroom at the beginning of the year, a portion of that donation goes to a grade level basket to be donated to the gift basket auction. So since we're not having a gift basket auction, we decided that we would refund the class parents so that they can use the donated money for the class. So I actually have all the checks, and I don't know if there's any class parents on this call, sorry, right now. I did send an email last week. And I will send another one, but we can arrange where you can come pick up the check. I'll leave it in my mailbox. I don't want to leave them in my mailbox. They're made out to cash. So I just would prefer that. I know someone's heading over, and then I'm happy to leave the check out for you. So there's that. And I apologize right now because I have, like I said, I have notes everywhere. Okay. Also, a couple of reminders. Dawn put out a note not that long ago about Amazon Smile. So for those of you who don't know, Amazon has a program where they will give a percentage of your purchase through their Amazon Smile program. So it requires for you to use a certain app and to use, I think it's actually like amazonsmile.com to make the purchase. It's found money for the school. I want to say we've gotten, Prentice, and you might know off the top of your head, like maybe like what, $100 from Amazon since December, I think.
Yeah, we've made 150.
Oh, even better. Okay. And it's found money, and I'm almost certain almost everybody on this call is probably ordering from Amazon. So if you have any questions, just reach out to us. We'll help you hook that up. And it's just a great way for us to get a little extra money into the bank. So that's that. The other thing is box tops. So I think about a year ago, box tops went virtual, where they're no longer accepting the paper box tops. So we're not cutting them out and mailing them in. So you have to download the box tops app. That's another great way just for found money for school. So I think people got used to cutting out the box tops. We collected them. I don't know if it was even quarterly or twice a year. And then the person in charge of the committee was sending them off to box tops. So we're actually not doing that part anymore. So we'll send another note out probably after spring break, just to ask people just to be mindful if you're purchasing something that's eligible for a box top, just to download the app. It's really easy. All you have to do is take a picture of the receipt and it'll tell you if it's accepted, like if it's not clear or you didn't get the date. It's super easy and it's found money. We usually, and Prentice, I'm putting you on the spot again, but I know usually we get a significant donation from box tops each year. And this year we don't even have like $200 coming in. So if you guys wouldn't mind just looking into that, and of course reach out with questions, but that would be great because there's, you're doing the work by purchasing the item. So it's just a great way to get a little extra money into the school.
Yeah,
So
we
that-
normally make like $1,000 on that.
Yeah.
And like Lori said, we haven't even hit $200. And I'm guilty because I'm a better clipper than I am. Like, I don't even know what happens to my receipts. Like usually it's so chaotic by the time I'm leaving the store, but so I'm going to try to be better about that too. I'm going to put that on my list of things to learn how to do.
I know
I'm guilty too.
Costco, like there were a ton of box tops items that I purchased like recently. So even just check your Costco receipt or the items that you're purchasing from there. Thank you for chiming in on that. Okay. I sent an email, I think it was Monday. We still tentatively have 2 vice president positions open for next year. So I've had a couple of people check in with us to find out some information. So I'm just kind of putting it out there. If you're on the call and you want to know a little bit about what it's like to be on the PFA or what the position entails, like please reach out to us, to Dawn or myself, or Debbie Walters would be the best person because she's currently in the position. I don't know how long everybody's been at Village, but I had a conversation with another mom and she made a really good point. She said, when I first came to Village, I wanted to get involved. I didn't know how, and it was very intimidating. And until she figured out a way, like it just took her longer to get involved than she wanted to because she just didn't know where to start. And I shared with her that I felt the same way, that I was so excited to be a part of the community, but didn't know how to get started. So all you have to do is reach out and talk to one person and we can help you get started. So it'd be a great way to get on the board and help out with the school. We have a lot of fun. We definitely laugh a lot. So, and we've had some really awesome people come forward for next year and we're going to laugh some more. So, we hope to hear from you. So thank you. Okay. So we have the plant sale. Is Nicole? Hi. Okay, cool. It's all you.
Sorry, I had to get myself off mute. Just a quick update for those of you that are new or those of you that have been here. Village does a plant sale every year, except for last year. Typically what happens is we do a pre-order where you guys can order flats and vegetables and what have you, and we pick them up before school, and then we do an in-school sale. Of course, this year is different, like everything else. So we are not doing in-school sale this year. We are just doing a pre-sale. So everything's on toolkit this year because we're also not sending papers home. So everything is on the toolkit this year. There's a ton of different flats. We added more variety to the options, and vegetables are limited. So there's what's available with the grower that we put out there, as well as some herbs. And because the kids are not able to shop because they love it actually, the day of sale, but because they're not able to shop, we put together some vases, little planters that they can paint themselves and then put flowers in if you're interested, whether you get the flowers from us or not from us. But there's some vases in case they want to partake and give something to a grandparent, a mother, an aunt, or anyone, because it's right near Mother's Day. Again, everything is up on the toolkit. If for some reason you have any issues, Bridget or I can absolutely help you with that. Whether it's ordering through it for you or whatever. So any questions or issues, let us know. We are hoping to close the sale the Tuesday after spring break, so April 6th. And I think that was all. Thanks.
Thank you, Nicole. Does anybody have any questions about the plant sale for Nicole or Bridget? No? Okay. All right. Next, Janine, Spiritware. You're muted. Oh,
I
you
am.
got it. Okay.
I got it. Okay, so for Spiritware, we are opening a new order, I believe, April 30th through May 10th, right? It's going to be limited, not as much as we did last time. Well, first, starting the pajama pants are going to be discontinued because they can't make them in youth sizes anymore, which I think Mrs. Tobin is on this call, and I still have your pants that he cannot hem, so you are welcome to have them back, but they'll still be long.
Just send them over. Somebody will wear them in the house. It'll be fine.
Okay, I'll send him in with Sean on, well, tomorrow, and he
Yeah,
can come into the office. Okay, so April 30th through May 10th is the new order. It's going to be the zip-up sweatshirts, the hoodies, and Spiritwear t-shirts for next year. So that's pretty much the update. Is that it? Did I miss anything, Lori?
No, it was perfect. Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you for jumping on. I appreciate it. Anybody have Spiritware questions? No? Okay.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Can
go
I,
ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I also, and then I think Amanda still has, I think I have 2 orders left that nobody ever picked up. And I think Amanda still has a bunch. I still have to email Lauren Sweeney to have her send out an email because for whatever reason, some people forgot they ordered. That's all.
Thank you. The other thing, I meant to open the meeting with this, but last night at the Board of Ed meeting, they had a recognition ceremony for support staff of the year, and Mrs. Murphy, who I know is retired, was recognized last night. So we did send her flowers to her home. So I hope we brought a smile to her face. And obviously she's not here to hear any of what we're saying, but I just wanted to at least recognize and that we didn't forget about her, even though she's no longer physically in the school.
Can I hop on for 1 second?
Yeah,
Lori?
please.
So she was there last night. I don't know who was able to hop on and who was, but she couldn't pop into the meeting for some reason. She was like, I was there, I was waving, she could hear everything, but we couldn't see her. So I spoke with her today and she shared that she got the flowers. She was so incredibly appreciative and she didn't want anyone to think that she wasn't at the meeting ready to receive her recognition, but technology just was not working for her. So thank you for that on her behalf.
Thank you for letting us know. Yeah, technology is tough these days. Okay, so enough about me. We have fifth grade coordinator update. Suzanne, you're here, right? I
I'm
see.
here. Can you hear me? You can? Okay. So I really don't have too much to say. We haven't fundraised since the last time we met, and we haven't really done anything since the last time we met. Although there was one thing that happened. All the kids got their fifth grade t-shirts, and we had enough. We were able to give to all the fifth grade teachers. We gave to Ms. McCormack, and we were able to get to the secretaries too. So
Did we lose Suzanne? Yes. Thumbs up, yes.
Yep. Technology.
Yeah,
lack thereof.
raining.
Yep.
Okay, let's,
I can hop in and finish if you want.
okay, cool.
I
Thank
mean,
you.
there's not much to add, but as Suzanne was saying, so we were able to get t-shirts to all the fifth graders, plus a couple of extra special people as well. And I think it was great just seeing all the kids on social media and stuff with their picture. You know what I mean? It was great. It was awesome. So I think it brought a smile to all of their faces and a little sense of like community for that fifth grade team. And then I think that what we're kind of just looking at is like, what does the end of the year look like? And what are we going to be able to do for them? And how are we going to kind of be able to celebrate them in a little bit of a way, which is still really an unknown. We've got a couple of ideas that we're going to throw out to Mrs. McCormack and Mrs. Tobin and all the rest of the fifth grade teachers and see what we can do. Just to kind of add some fun, and finish off the year. Things are looking up. So maybe, we never know. So we're going to plan for the best. And probably also plan for the worst, and then we'll figure out something in between, but hope for that, you know what I mean? We've all got to hope for something great. So that's it.
Thank you. Thank you, Melissa. I'm sorry. I got a text message right before the meeting with questions that I had sent to Suzanne. So I'll just read them because it pertains to the fifth grade coordinators, if that's okay. So any discussions regarding fifth grade commencement, clap out, or an outdoor ceremony? Will there be any activities planned in lieu of the class trips, and such as an outdoor movie night?
I think those are all things that we're looking into. Those are all things that we're kind of exploring. Like, you know, we're really going to explore everything. So I know that in the past, the fifth graders were able to go to the water park. Who knows? Like maybe come end of June, like maybe, you know what I mean? So we're going to reach out and we're going to look into that. Maybe come end of June, like who knows what we're going to be able to do at school, but maybe, you know what I mean? So we're kind of exploring a whole bunch of things with again, like that optimistic, like maybe all these things will happen. And worst comes to worst is, yeah, maybe it is a clap out or something that, you know what I mean? We'll work with Mrs. McCormick and figure it out what we're able to do. But again, like it's all, we're hoping for the best there. So fingers crossed, people.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Melissa has her hand raised. Okay, Melissa, you unmuted yourself.
Hey,
You were my first hand raiser, so I didn't know what to do. Okay, go ahead.
raised my hand at another meeting. I
You
don't
may
remember.
I don't know if I manned it though. I'm like, what is happening? All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, so I was wondering, like, you know, like here's just another idea. I'm just throwing out some ideas because I've been thinking, and like maybe like if it's possible, like I know we're getting towards the end of the year. Sorry, a call was coming through. I don't want to lose you guys. I live over by Suzanne, so I don't want to lose power either. Fifth grade, like maybe if we're allowed, like I know we can't do the whole school. I'm assuming we're not having fun day, but like it'd be like a fifth grade fun day, not looking for bouncy houses, but like anything that they're not touching the ball. I mean, we know like kickball, the ice cream truck, and maybe ordering some pizza. They're spread out on the lawn. That's just another idea. I know, Melissa, you said that you were having some ideas, but that's just another one. Like maybe we could like think about like a fifth grade fun day for
That's
them.
what we talked about. I mean, the thing is, I think that what we have to know and understand is whether or not we have usage of the school playground or not, and what that'll look like. You know what I mean? So we're exploring kind of all of that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I don't know. I know.
There's
I
like
just
cats, and this is like.
I know that Prentice just wrote something. So
Can you share some of the ideas you're considering? So yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know how to raise my hand. How
No,
did you
I
raise
know,
your
right?
hand?
I don't know how to do that either.
I'm like, that was cool. There was this yellow hand.
It was cool. I thought somebody was high-fiving.
You need your kids. You need your kids to tell you how to do it, right? They're pros at it.
I need my kids to tell me how to do everything on this thing. Melissa, I was just wondering. I didn't want to cut you off, but I wasn't sure. Do you guys have ideas? Do you need help from people to give you ideas?
Yeah, we've got a few ideas, kind of in keeping with what they normally do, right? So we want to do penny wars. You know, that's something that I know that they really, the kids really enjoy. So I think that that's something that we're going to be sending out to the teachers, making sure that that's possible, you know, getting feedback from Mrs. Tobin, Mrs. Jimbarski, and Mrs. Halleck, and understanding, like, do we think that that's something that they can do safely? And you know what I mean? And we're hopeful, because that's always a really fun thing. It's a fundraiser as well. I think that we're, again, like we were talking about, hopefully maybe the water park, you know what I mean? And maybe it's something, again, like, because we have fundraising behind us, we were even talking about, like, is it something that they always let us do it, right? And bring the kids in for free, but maybe we say to them, like, hey, it's only our kids. Is that cool? And like, we'll pay an amount so that it is only our kids. Like, it's a half day and it's only our kids, or, you know what I mean? Like, how do we explore some of these things while making sure that we're keeping the kids from like the public and the mass, and because of knowing it is a school thing, you know? Again, like if we have use of the school playground at the end of the year, maybe it's something, you know, that's on a Saturdays, but maybe if we don't, maybe it's at Thompson or something like that. And it's something that parents who are comfortable with bringing the children to can do. So there's a lot of things that I think we have to, there's so many factors, but we are kind of, you know, sharing all of those. But yeah, if there's ideas that you guys have that it's more than that on what you think is possible, we're open to exploring everything for sure. Cause I don't, you know, I mean, I'm not on PFA. I'm not sure, but I'm imagining there is no fifth grade class trip, there's no class trips, so those little things they don't have. So other suggestions are always open.
I think the main concern is going to be if they're ever going to be able to mix the classes. So is it going to just be Mrs. Tobin's class celebration on this day?
Yeah, and it could be, maybe.
Because literally they've only been with their
Right.
home class. So if you're talking about a 5th grade celebration and having the whole 5th grade out on the field, you're now introducing a lot more than they have been with the whole time. So
Right.
it's just something to consider. I want that. I want them to celebrate, I'm all for that, but I don't think that we have to be really careful about that, because right now we're not mixing at all.
Right, exactly.
They're walking by each other in the hallway.
Like, who
but
knows,
even
in
when
3
we're-
months, maybe?
We're in our pod, like we're over here, Mr. Marcy's
Right.
class is there, Miss Howard's class, they're not together.
Yeah, so that's why I think we're exploring everything, but then, like you're saying, Nicole, like planning for the work, like maybe it is just a class, you know what I mean? Like this.
And
this
we can
day,
have,
it's Mrs.
we
Tobin's class.
call
We're gonna
ourselves the
celebrate you.
Tobinators. We can have the Tobinator,
The
fun day.
Tobinators,
this
yeah.
day. We can set up a bunch of games and everything for my class, and then,
Yeah,
another
exactly.
day, another class. I mean, it might have to be that, but at least it's something, that would be the worst
We're gonna do
scenario.
something for them.
Yeah, I
That's
think
for
we can
sure.
do that for sure. I think it's just, can we bring them all together is the key,
Well, if you guys know, if you guys need any help, Suzanne knows I reached out to Suzanne before, that if you guys need any help, I'm willing to do anything. We have a great ice cream truck that comes to our neighborhood for every nook and cranny we call him for. So if like for some reason, like Ms. Tobin said, like we have each day one, I know that he would probably come, and I'm sure he would give us a great deal to come the 3 days probably in a row. If the kids could each get their each individually wrapped ice creams. It's not like a little Jimmy type thing. Each ice cream
that's
is
perfect. Mhm.
each ice cream is wrapped individually. So it's like a good humor type truck.
Yeah.
So just an idea to throw out there.
Something. Can I just add something? I'm sorry, because I cut out, and I'm not sure if Mrs. McCormack spoke regarding the 5th grade, but I know everyone's has such great ideas, and we all want, we want the 5th grade to have a the best end of year celebration that they can. But I kind of feel like we just have to wait, really. I mean, we can come up with all these great ideas, but until we know what we can and cannot do, which we'll probably not know until June, I mean, we really can't really move forward. Is that true? I mean, I don't know. Is Mrs. McCormack still here?
I'm here.
Do you know what I mean, Mrs. McCormack?
No, I do. I was thinking even someone had asked about the moving up ceremony. We're going to have it, but what it's going to look like, I'm not sure. I know it won't be
Exactly.
indoors.
So, I'm not so sure that, not that I think, having ideas is great and everything like that, but as far as like with the school is concerned, I think that we're just going to have to just wait. And then when we get, the okay to do this or that, I feel really confident that we'll be able to get something great, if we can. Right? That's all we can do, right? I know, Melissa, I had actually spoken with Mrs. Tobin, and we figured out a way that the penny wars can be done. I'm just not sure at this moment. Ms. McCormack, I didn't hear back from you yet, but I was thinking maybe that will be something that we'll wait for, to do kind of towards the end of the year if we need the money, because right now we don't need the money. You know what I mean? So I hate to raise the money for nothing. Do you know what I mean?
Unless it's fun.
Well, that's another way of looking at it. It is fun. It is fun.
Right?
I know for my
We'll
kids.
find a way to spend it. It's
I
always
know.
fun.
I know. I just don't know if like part of the fun was being able to, go and, go into each other's classrooms and stuff like that, which again, I'm not so sure that we'll be able to do. So I'm sorry. I don't mean to be like a pity party.
No, but maybe they could, if they raise the money, like leave like a legacy gift, like and decide together a bench for the field or
That's cute.
or something like that.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Doesn't 5th grade usually gift something anyway?
We haven't. I've been here. I've been, part of a 5th grade that has. I've been part of a 5th grade.
Dallas is year did.
Yeah, so I've been here where they haven't. But
That's my only thing. I mean, just with it, in terms of the fundraising, I just think it makes sense to, at this point, it's almost April. I think it makes sense to identify what potential kind of things
think
you would want to do, and then try to tie a number to it, because we already have funds right now that we could be spending.
Right.
And I'm not saying, and I mean, because then if we can't do, if it, to your point, then maybe you wait to do the penny wars
That's what I was
until
thinking.
we're, I think that's a great idea. You wait to do it because we have funds right now. We have significant funds from the fundraiser we did earlier.
Yeah.
So it's, I don't think it's, just continuing to fundraise.
And we are on the same page for sure. We talked about it. And like when Suzanne and Joanne and I met, we were like, the whole point really for those fifth graders to fundraise was that they partook in it, right?
Yeah.
They were like at the event selling the pizza and selling the candy.
Yes.
And, like, right?
Yeah,
Like
that's the whole point.
they did it. Whereas now we're like, we're doing it. No one wants to hear from us anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Just another parent asking. So we were like, you know what? I think we're good for now. Like, maybe we don't need to fundraise anything for now, and just, let's see, like, and then we can just beg the PFA for money if we need it, right?
But I definitely think that we will definitely take ideas, and who knows, maybe it'll be something that no one ever thought of that can be done. So we love ideas, definitely.
Thank you, guys. Everyone, anybody have any questions? Nope. Okay, Mrs. McCormack, you're next.
I'm on. I have to say, just with regard to the fifth grade t-shirts that they all wore that first day when they all came back in person, they were walking in proud that day. That was really nice to see. So let's see. So finally able to report the snow's melting on the field. It was a long winter stuck inside. And, as much as the custodians may not enjoy it because there was lots of mud and dirt on the floor throughout the entire school, we're back out on the field, back in action. So that's a good sign of spring, which everybody needs. So snack will be outside as opposed to indoors, and just a lot of PE classes and just taking advantage of our field. So I guess, everybody's in school. It's just really nice. We have literally less than 3% of our student population attending virtually, which means everybody's here. So I know, just in speaking with the teachers and my own observations, we didn't see a huge difference when fourth and fifth grade came back with regard to just operational things, arrival, dismissal. It kind of at that point was flowing, and seamless. So it's just nice that everybody is there. I did share, I know some people were asking, I know it's hard this year not being able to come into the school, and I'm sure many of you are used to that. With the setups of the classroom, which are obviously very different this year. But I had a lot of curious people reaching out. So I just shared a few pictures with Lori. Lori, if you just want to go through it, I just went in this morning literally and took a few pictures, just so you can see the setups of the room. They're definitely more traditional than I'm sure they have been in years past. The facing of the desks, and then you have the partitions, but I didn't take, there might be a few at the end with some students in them. But you can see, it's clear partitions on them, but you could just go right through them, Lori. Some of the kindergarten classes, and they're all pretty similar, and the students they've gotten used to them. Some of them have, some of the rooms that didn't have complete desks, they had a little bit more flexible seating, with tables, and, we still made it work just with making the partitions work. And so people just had an idea what it does look like in the school. I think, but there are a few at the end there's a few students. I think that was some of the fifth graders, the ones prior to that, a couple fifth grade classes. Thank you, Lori. So the next phase of our reentry plan, the district is planning towards the return to full day, including lunches. There's absolutely no date for that right now, other than just starting the planning process or continuing the planning process. Once something is confirmed, you'll obviously be hearing from central office if a date is decided, and also hearing from me with regard to specifics as to what it will look like at Village. Meeting with our pandemic response team, which I mentioned before, is made up of some teachers, some parents, secretaries, nurse, a little bit of everyone in our community, just to come together to brainstorm together to decide what the best fit is and what Village needs specifically. Another change, which starts the Monday that we come back, is we're beginning 6-day specials rotations. So we'll be welcoming 2 new specials teachers who for the first 2/3 of the year were in different elementary schools. So Whitney Romano, who is a gen ed music teacher, will be joining us, and Michelle Gresner, who is a digital literacy teacher. So it will be a 6-day rotation. And it really doesn't change the schedule much, except for the teachers. I've never worked on a 6-day rotation, and it's just a matter of keeping track of what day it is. We did update our school website, and most likely the district will update theirs too, as far as what day it is, what day is an A day, a B day, a C day, and individual teachers will share with their parents what their classroom schedule is to keep track of. And that came as a result of just minutes changing and there being a need for additional PE minutes. So they will have PE 3 of the 6 days, 3 of them will be PE, 1 will be health, 1 will be general music, and 1 digital literacy. So for this year, unfortunately, Village students won't get any in-person art and Spanish. But hopefully everything is back to normal again next year, and that'll be reintroduced into the rotation. And one thing, like I said, we have so few students that are virtual, but the virtual students will be getting live meets with our specials teachers in the afternoon. That will start about 2 weeks after we return from our break to give them a chance to get acclimated to their new schedule and then start the meets. But that'll be communicated to our parents who have students still virtual. So don't worry about that. We'll be very clear with that. I think that's pretty much it. Everything's going well.
Sounds good. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions?
I do, Mr. McCormack. I'm sorry, I'm driving.
That's okay.
I'm all over the place tonight. Okay, so when they start the 6-day schedule, those are the specials until the end of the year.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. They originally, when we were going into the 6-day rotation at the beginning of the year, breaking it up into 3 trimesters, and we're at the 3rd trimester, so they're only getting 1 kind of 6-day rotation. Unfortunately, only 2, because we didn't want specialist teachers to travel between schools earlier in the year. But now that things are kind of getting a little bit of a handle and things are improving a little bit, they're introducing the rotation of the teachers. So yes, this will be for the balance of this year.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions? Any more questions? No. Okay, Vice President, Debbie can't make the meeting tonight, so I'll just quickly tell you, remind you about the walking tour. Did everybody see a note about that last week? Yes. Okay. Hang on one second. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen. Okay. I wanted to show you guys the little flyer she put together, but if you know about the walking tour, it's still going on. And I know a lot of kids are participating. It's super cute. So if you have any questions, just let us know. And also flocking, signups will be going out mid-April. So keep an eye out for that. And next we have Prentice.
And you want to share your screen?
Yep.
Yeah, and I actually, while you're sharing your screen, Mrs. McCormack, I actually had a question for you. When do you think the students are going to be able to start using the courtyard again?
So the courtyard is ready to roll. It had big mounds of snow. We couldn't access it for a while, but it came alive this week and kids have been out there and.
Oh, they have? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's so nice.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
And I'm sure once we get back after spring break, as the weather is pretty consistently much warmer, it'll be used even more.
That's great. Okay, so everyone can see the screen. So I'm going to, first I'm going to, I think is Keith still on? the meeting? I don't, did he? Yep, there he is. I'm scrolling down, so I see you. So, Keith, Howie, is that how you pronounce your last name? You can unmute and say hello, Howie. He is going to be taking over for treasurer. So everyone give him a warm welcome, and I'll be transitioning him over in the next few months. So he is a kindergartner, and I don't know if you want to just say hello, Keith, real quick to everyone, or say something.
Yeah, have a kindergartner in Miss Schroeder's class and another student coming, I think, in 2 years, a year. And yeah, just wanted to get involved. Like I think someone said before, just trying to get involved early so that I can develop and be part of the community a little bit.
All right, great. Well, welcome. Okay, so I'll probably just highlight any changes from our last meeting, but if anybody has any questions that, you know, I don't touch upon, feel free to ask. So as you can, I guess Lori mentioned, there's not going to be any gift auction. So that's actually going to go down to zero. There's a tiny balance that has to be kicked back to, that's a class donation that's going to be given back to the class. So that's going to be zero. And then if you continue to go down, we talked about Amazon Smile. Let's keep that rolling in. Let's see, the box tops we kind of touched on. See, there's that. We're under 200. We're not even, you know, at $200. So if we could spread the word on that. The top line, all these lines are all of our income generating activities. Let's see, keep going down. The only other thing that there was no other like income that was new since our last meeting. And then if we go down, we have spent. We're spending our money. So I'm sure Michelle will touch upon, I know she highlighted it our last meeting, some of the enrichment assemblies she was able to get booked, which was really cool. I know the students really enjoyed that. And so we were able to spend some money there, and I believe we still have some to go, which is exciting. Let's see, what else? There's the Gaga, the playground equipment. That's your Gaga, the Gaga pit that Dawn talked about. The Read Across America books, we outlaid a little bit of money for that. The Read Aloud that Ms. McCormack was talking about. There's the Lucky Walk that Deb was talking about. And the school decor, the 543 within that number is the stair decals are in that number. So we're moving along. There haven't really been that many changes since our last meeting. That's really it for me. We have $27,000 in the bank right now. Yeah, I don't know if you has any questions. Feel free to raise your hand if you know how to raise your hand. I don't know. I still don't know how to do that.
Did anybody raise their hand? I can't even see.
I can't see either. You can come off the screen if you
Okay,
want.
then I'll get a better. Okay, great. Okay, I don't see any hands.
Yeah.
raised. Okay. All right, Prentice, thank you so much for covering
Yeah.
that. Welcome, Keith. We'll welcome you officially at the next PFA
Yeah.
meeting too. So
Of course.
give you a heads up on that now. Okay, we are going to move to Michelle for enrichment.
Hi, everyone. As Prentice touched upon, I've enjoyed spending some of our money on enrichment. Since we last met, if you have a kindergartner, you know that the kindergartners had a live presentation with a handler and a penguin from Jenkinson's Aquarium. If you have a first grader, we had a live virtual planetarium in February with the Liberty Science Center. I got a lot of good feedback from both of those enrichment programs that the kids really enjoyed it and they really enjoyed interacting. So I've been pushing forward to also book the other grade level enrichment. So upcoming, I'm working on grade 2. In April, we're going to have Matter and Motion, which they usually do another States of Matter, it's called, in person. But this one is very similar. It's, again, a live presentation from Liberty Science Center with live presenters. The kids actively engage, ask questions. They have slides. Sometimes they have hands-on experiments, and they'll send supplies. So it's really cool. For grade 4, also in April, we're going to be having Let's Physics It Out, it's called. It's another program live from Liberty Science Center. The presenters did a really, really great job with the virtual planetarium. So I'm really excited about both of these for the 2nd and 4th graders. I am also in the process of booking an author's visit. I found a really great author. His name is Jarrett Lerner. If you want to look him up, his name is Jarrett. And Lerner is Lerner. He has a really great website. He even has some fun activities on there if you want to check it out with the kids. And he has some really cool books that are kind of along the lines of Captain Underpants, but he also has some for our younger readers too. So we've decided that we are going to do 3 separate assemblies since we have some money to work with this year. So we're going to break it up into K1. The second one will be grades 2, 3, and then the last one will be grades 4 and 5, just to make it smaller groups, more engaging, more appropriate to their age. And again, it's going to be live, so they will be able to ask questions, interact with the author. He does some really fun things where he has every kid doodling a character, and then they have to come up with what the character is going to say. He also has a book of, you have to come up with the title of the book. So a lot of fun things about the writing process, about reading and making it all fun. So we are also going to set up a book order, probably through Barnes and Nobles. I have to work with him on that. So if any of the students want to purchase any of the books that he talks about, he's going to go through Barnes and Nobles, and then you're going to place your order, and then he'll have the books signed for us too. Some other things to be planned. I've been in touch with grades 3 and 5, so they have not been forgotten. I'm working with the teachers on what they're looking for their grade level enrichment. 3rd grade in particular, we talked about possibly having a virtual Bronx Zoo field trip for in lieu of the field trip that they're missing this year, which is usually a big village tradition. But I thought that could be fun, and we're looking at that maybe more towards May. I'm going to get back in touch with the teachers and see how they feel about it. Especially it makes it easier now that most of the kids are back in school, so at least they can be together and watch these assemblies together and interact in that way, instead of worrying about, the teachers having to worry about, half the class at home trying to log on. They all view it from the smart board in their classroom, and then all the classrooms that are part of that assembly will join. And then they each take turns asking questions and interacting with the presenters. So, and then the other thing, lastly, that I'm looking into is possibly a whole school science enrichment assembly. So some things I'm working on, and a lot of good things, a lot of fun things that just kind of changes the everyday routine for the kids and something fun for them. And that's all. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Michelle. Does anybody have any questions for Michelle? No? Okay. Next up, we have Mrs. Tobin and Mrs. Young.
Hi. So I had spoke to some of the teachers, and first of all, thank you all so much for everything you do. You guys are awesome as always, and so great that you're still trying to find ways to make everything, so enjoyable for the kids. It's definitely been a challenge, but we're lucky to have you guys. And one of the things that the parents were not the parents, geez. I hear my baby crying in the other room. My husband's on duty. One of the things that some of the teachers were talking about when I was just kind of asking about things that maybe we could use, is there anything that anybody needs or, in heading to this meeting? And one of the big kind of things that came up was the idea of each teacher having a Bluetooth speaker to have with them, to whether it be to take to the courtyard, to take outside for their snack break, to have outside for recess, or when the day gets longer, just to have some music out there, because we are limited with the activities that we can do with the kids outside. But like when you have that music out there, it just makes it like a little more exciting. The kids can dance around. I know some of the kids do TikTok and stuff, so some of them will request me to put on a song and they all do the same dance for like a Glee episode out there. And so that was one of the requests from the teachers. Some already have them, but some don't. Some bring ones from home and then, they kind of forget their chargers. So they wanted me to bring up the idea of possibly getting those Bluetooth portable speakers to be able to take, in and out with them for the kids to have outside, since we are having snack outside now when the weather's nice, and just something to kind of, lighten up the air when we're out there. So that was just the one request that some people had.
Okay, thank you. Was there anything else?
No, everything's good on my end. And I know that Ms. McCormick had sent out a replenishing of our recess bags, and that list has been filling. Yeah. That list was filling up pretty quickly. So I think the teachers really appreciated it. The kids really enjoyed the Play-Doh and the Legos, and especially through the long winter, between Legos, Play-Doh, and Go Noodle, that was my survival kit and indoor recess. So, yep.
Okay. Yeah, we have the list. Dawn and I were talking about it the other day. So thank you for putting that together. Do you guys have any more questions, or does anybody have any questions?
I have a question about that list. Okay. Is that still growing and active? Because if Lori and I were going to get started on that, is that something that we would have to check back for? Could we have a close date is what I'm trying to say, I guess, so we don't miss anybody. And we don't place our orders and then, we could have placed a bulk order for something, you know what I mean? Is that something that we could, you could just give us a date and say, okay, we're good to go?
Yes, I can do it. I mean, it's been out there. I guess it's been almost 2 weeks, right, Nicole? I think since it's been out, so I can ask for it to, last minute things to put on by Friday.
Yeah, just close it up close it up by Friday. I'm sure everybody who wanted it is already on there.
Yeah,
anyway.
Yeah, people were excited about it and hopped right on. I'll do that, Dawn. I'll close it for Friday.
Thank you. That's perfect.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. And then we can start working on the orders for next week too. So that's perfect. All right. Thank you. Actually, Dawn, are you still there?
I'm backing into my driveway.
Okay.
I got for a pickup date.
Yeah.
Okay,
if it's not good, I'll do the upcoming dates and then we can get back to you. Does that work?
Yeah, get back to me. I'll be in my house in 1 minute.
Okay, I'll talk real slow. Okay, so Good Night Griffins. The staff is amazing. That every Thursday we've had no shortage of volunteers. So please pass that note along. I'm speaking for Dawn as well, of course, because she was the one who came up with the idea. But it's just so nice to see how dedicated the teachers are, and I know we get a really good feedback, and just the parents are grateful. So just thank you for that. That's amazing. So that's every Thursday at 7 p.m. We are closed next week. Everybody's on spring break, which is awesome. April 7th is Makeup Pictures. I'm sure Lauren Sweeney will send a reminder, and we can send one through Toolkit also if you guys want us to. And then there were just Board of Ed meetings between the ends of April and May, whether they are workshop or voting meetings. And that's kind of it. So Dawn, I hope you're in your house. Or will be soon. She might be walking in because she's muted herself. She just had the pick update from Karen Romano, and I don't have that information. Does anybody have any questions? You want to come up with a question while we wait for Dawn? Here, let me send her.
Are you guys talking?
Yes, I'm stalling. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I can hardly hear you. I don't know what's going. It's probably still on in my car. So the pick update, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna get to Karen's text here. I just took a picture of it. It was basically like what Mrs. McCormack had said. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, because I can't hear you, so I'm just gonna go for it. So just the pick is Parent Information Committee. Each school has a representative that goes once a month or once every 6 to 8 weeks maybe, where they can voice concerns at a district level. These are concerns that are not like pertaining to your particular school. And if you have anything that you would like to add to the agenda, you would email us. We can forward it to our representative, Karen Romano. She said that basically what they had talked about last week was phase 6 and how that's going to be integrated and how they're looking at lunch. No decisions have been made, but everything's being worked on, kind of like Mrs. McCormack had said earlier. And she just wants to remind you all that all of the PIC meetings are recorded and they can be found on the district website. And you can also read the minutes. So if it's something you're interested in, or if it's something that you think might have been covered, or you want to see how Mrs. Walker or there's usually a Board of Education representative there responded to certain things, feel free to go check those out. And I'm good.
Thank you. Thanks for hopping on. All right, guys, unless anybody has anything else, we're done. So thank you for hopping on, and let us know if you have any questions, and have a good night. So thank you. See you guys soon.
Lori, one more thing. That we want to thank you, the Boy Scouts, for those awesome flowers out front, the 3rd grade Boy Scouts. That was such a great idea. The O'Sullivans are a power couple because he does all of the organization for these outside decorations, and Trisha O'Sullivan changes our sign for us. So they really get it done to make the school looking good out front and eye appealing. So they're so cute. Thank you.
Thank you. That's right. Looks great. All right. Thank you again, everybody.